Hey, have you ever thought about what life would be like if we were all born with tails?
No, I can't say I have. But I'm sure it would be a real pain in the butt.
Ha! Good one. But think about it, we'd have to get tail extensions for fancy occasions.
And we'd have to be careful not to accidentally whip people with them. It would be like trying to control a third arm.
And we'd have to worry about getting them caught indoors or zippers. Talk about a wardrobe malfunction.
Not to mention, our fashion choices would be limited. No more tight pants or skirts. And don't even get me started on toilet paper.
But imagine the possibilities for sports. We could have tail wrestling, tail basketball, and tail yoga.
And let's not forget about the furry community. They'd finally have a chance to show off their true selves.
Well, I think we can both agree that a tail-less life is the way to go. But hey, at least we got to unleash our pun skills for a bit.
Tailgating puns are always the best puns.
Agreed. Speaking of puns, did you hear about the guy who invented Lifesavers candy? He made a mint.
Oh man, that's terrible. You know what else is terrible? The last season of Game of Thrones.
Ha! Nice segue. But I have to disagree. I thought it was great, except for that one coffee cup incident.
I don't know, the way they wrapped up certain storylines felt rushed and unsatisfying. It was like they were trying to tie up loose ends as quickly as possible.
I get where you're coming from, but I still enjoyed it. Plus, it gave us some great memes.
That's true. The internet always finds a way to make the best of a bad situation. Just like we found a way to make tales funny.
Exactly. Now let's go grab some lifesavers and binge watch some TV shows.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe we can find one with less disappointing endings.
Have you heard about the new trend of wearing vegetable hats?
What? You mean like broccoli beanies and carrot caps?
Yeah, apparently it's all the rage with the hipsters.
That's ridiculous. I can't imagine walking down the street with a kale crown on my head.
Or a squash sombrero. But hey, maybe we could start our own line of vegetable headwear.
I don't know, I feel like that's a pretty niche market. We'd have to really let us think about it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should stick to more traditional fashion, like cowboy hats.
Speaking of cowboys, did you hear about that new spaghetti western they're making?
No, what's it called?
The Good, the Bad, and the Linguini.
That's terrible.
I know, right? It's going to be a real pasta trophy.
Well, I hope they at least have a decent sauce for it.
Oh please, like they're going to have anything better than ragu.
Don't even get me started on that. You know what they say, if you want good pasta sauce, you gotta make it yourself.
Yeah, but who has the time for that?
Very punny, my friend.
Well, I try to pepper my conversations with a little bit of spice.
You're such a card. But seriously, let's stick to brainstorming ideas for our vegetable hat line. I'm thinking we could do a whole line of artichoke berets.
And don't forget about the cucumber crowns. They'll be all the rage in the salad fashion world.
Hey, have you heard about the new trend in town?
Oh, you mean the one where people dress up as clowns and do yoga in public parks?
No, that's last month's trend. This one is about drinking coffee through your nose.
What? That's ridiculous. Can you imagine going to Starbucks and asking for a nose cappuccino?
Ha! And imagine the barista's face when you start snorting the foam.
But wait, wouldn't that burn your nostrils? And what if you accidentally sneeze out a latte art?
Well, it's not for everyone. Only for the brave and the nostril flexible.
I think I'll pass. I'd rather stick to my regular coffee routine, thank you very much.
Suit yourself, but you're missing out on the nasal aroma experience.
Oh, please. You're just trying to be a trendsetter. Next thing you know, you'll be wearing a fanny pack and listening to vinyl records.
Hey, fanny packs are making a comeback, and vinyl records never went out of style. You're just not cool enough to appreciate them.
Well, I guess I'll have to live with being uncool then. But at least I won't have coffee coming out of my nose.
Hey, that could be a party trick. Imagine impressing all your friends with your nose coffee skills.
No way. I don't want to be known as the guy who snorts his latte. I'd rather stick to the classics, like juggling flaming pineapples or doing magic tricks.
You're right, juggling pineapples is so much cooler. Especially when you accidentally set them on fire and create a flaming fruit salad.
Okay, now you're just being absurd. Let's stick to regular coffee and leave the flaming fruit salad for the daredevils.
Fair enough. But if you change your mind, I'll be at the park doing my daily nose coffee yoga routine.
I'll pass, but let me know if you discover any other ridiculous trends. I could use a good laugh.
Have you heard about the latest trend in gardening?
Let me guess, growing trees upside down.
No, that's so last year. It's all about growing plants in your hair now.
Oh, I see. That way you can finally have a green thumb, literally.
Exactly. And you know what the best part is? You don't even have to water them, just use some extra hairspray.
But won't it attract bees and other insects?
That's a risk we'll have to take. Think about it, we could be the next Bee Gees.
I think you mean bee trees.
Oh, you're right. We could even start a hair salon called The Greenery. Genius. And we could offer a discount to anyone who comes in with a buzz cut.
Looks like we're branching out into the business world.
I can feel the leaves of success already.
But what about people with bald heads? Do they just miss out on all the fun?
Oh, don't worry. We'll have a special line of adhesive plants just for them. They can wear a plant toupee.
You're a true visionary, my friend. I can't wait to see the look on people's faces when we walk around with gardens on our heads.
Who knows, maybe we'll start a new trend that everyone will want to try. The possibilities are endless.
I'm all in. Let's get started on our hair-raising business venture.
Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers?
No, what about him?
He made a mint.
Ha! That's a good one. Speaking of mints, have you ever tried the ones that are shaped like little toilets?
What? That's disgusting.
I know, right? But they're actually pretty refreshing. It's like taking a breath of fresh air after using the restroom.
I don't think I could ever bring myself to try those. It reminds me of that time we watched that movie about the giant mutant rabbits.
Oh yeah, Night of the Lepus. That movie was so bad it was good. It was like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
Speaking of train wrecks, did you hear about that new reality show where they make contestants eat bugs?
Ugh, that sounds awful. I wouldn't want to be caught dead on that show.
I know, right? It's like they're trying to make us all feel like we're living in the Hunger Games or something.
Well, I guess it's better than that other reality show where they make contestants marry complete strangers. Talk about a bad idea.
Yeah, but at least they could always divorce and move on. With the bug-eating show, those contestants are scarred for life. Oh, please no. That would be a disaster of epic proportions.
Well, at least we can take comfort in knowing that our lives are much less absurd than those poor contestants on the bug-eating show.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like our lives are a never-ending sitcom.
Hey, as long as we keep coming up with ridiculous topics to discuss, I'm fine with that.
Agreed. Now, let's go grab a drink and pretend like we're not living in a world where people willingly eat bugs on TV. Have you heard about the new trend of pet rocks?
Pet rocks? What is this, the Stone Age?
No, it's a modern-day phenomenon. People are adopting rocks as pets.
That's ridiculous. I bet they take them on walks too.
You know what they say, rockin' and rollin' all night long.
That's just stone cold crazy. But if they're looking for a challenge, they should try walking their pet helium balloon.
Yeah, and make sure to tie it down or it'll float away.
Speaking of floating away, did you hear about the astronaut who stepped on chewing gum?
No, what happened?
He got stuck to the moon.
That joke is out of this world.
Oh, come on, you have to admit it was pretty clever. But in all seriousness, I hope those pet rock owners are keeping their rocks on a leash. I wouldn't want them rolling around causing chaos.
Yeah, and what about potty training? Where do they go?
Maybe they just let them go with the flow. Or should I say, go with the boulder?
You always know how to make me chuckle. But let's be real, if people want a low-maintenance pet, they should just get a houseplant. At least those don't run away or require a leash.
Hey, don't knock it until you rock it. Who knows, maybe pet rocks will become the next big thing. The possibilities are sedimentary, my dear friend.
Have you ever heard of a chicken that can play the guitar?
No, but I've heard of a duck that can tap dance.
Really? That's quacktastic.
Yeah, he's got some serious webbed feet.
But seriously, imagine if animals could really play instruments. We could have a cow on the drums, a pig on the sax, and a goat on the keyboard.
And don't forget about the rooster on the mic, clucking out some sick beats.
We could call them the Barnyard Band.
I can already hear their hit song, Old MacDonald Had a Funky Farm.
It would be a musical masterpiece.
And the music video could feature a chicken shredding on a guitar, while a herd of cows mosh in the background.
Now that's utterly ridiculous.
Hey, if Gangnam Style can go viral, anything is possible.
I guess you're right. It's time to make some music history.
Let's get started. I'll go find a chicken, and you grab your guitar.
And I'll make sure to have my cowbell handy.
It's going to be a wild ride, but we're going to be the most famous animal band in the world.
Move over, Beatles. Here comes the Barnyard Band.